10th CBSE Biology, Chapter Reproduction. In this video, you will understand the significance of reproduction and also know the role of DNA replication in the same. Living organisms perform various life-supporting biological activities. In multicellular organisms like humans, we see the entire organ systems dedicated for these activities, like for example, nervous system, circulatory system, digestive system, respiratory system, and so on. Now, examine the list. There is one process which is not essential for organisms' survival. It is reproduction. Reproduction is the one biological process which is not necessary for organisms' survival. If this is so, then why do organisms reproduce? To answer these questions, let us consider a scenario. Imagine that all the dogs in the world have stopped reproducing from this day. Now, can you see dogs after 2 years? Yes, you can. Can you see dogs after 5 years? Yes, one can still see dogs after 5 years. Can you see them after 10 years? Yes, definitely, but the number would have reduced drastically. Can anybody see dogs after 20 years from now? No, it wouldn't be possible because dogs have stopped reproducing long back. Now, this is a simple example to make you understand the significance of reproduction. Though reproduction is not necessary for the survival of an individual organism, it is very much necessary for the survival of the species. If you take any organism on earth, any living organism, it has got only two purposes in life. One, its own survival. It nourishes its body through food and survives. And the second one is through defense from other organisms. This is the main sole purpose of all the organism. Then comes reproduction for the survival of its species. So reproduction is that biological process which is not necessary for organism to survive but very much necessary for the species to survive. Reproduction. Reproduction can be defined as a biological process in which the organisms give rise to the offsprings of same kind. So all organisms reproduce starting from unicellular to multicellular. There is one more thing to be considered here. Organisms reproduce by giving birth to the organisms of the same kind. So the main word to be considered here is same kind. So if you consider humans, humans give birth to humans only, cow to cow, and all animals to the same kind of animals. And if you see the plants, plants also produce the same kinds of plants. In the same way, if you sow the seeds of corn, you will always get corn and not the coconut tree. So organisms give birth to the organisms or the new organisms of same kind. Now, how is it possible? Why do organisms always give birth to the same kind of organisms? The reason is that there is something called as blueprint. This blueprint, DNA, a chemical molecule, a biochemical molecule, which carries information for producing a new organism of same kind. Let us now understand how this information flows. Cell Consider this as the human cell. Inside the human cell, you have nucleus. Inside the nucleus, you have chromosomes. These are chromosomes. So now let us enlarge this chromosome. Once you open this chromosome and see under the microscope, you can see thread-like structures. These thread-like structures are nothing but DNA. DNA contains information in the coded form, and this information is for protein. This protein leads to a particular body structure. Now you can see here DNA is the blueprint. The blueprint has coded information for protein production. The proteins produced in turn result in a particular body structure. Now, if there is a change in the protein, there will be a change in the body structure. So the first step in reproduction will always be replication of DNA. So a new molecule of DNA will be formed, an exact copy of the old one. If this is the chromosome which contains DNA A, through replication, another DNA will be formed. In this video, we covered the significance of reproduction and the role of DNA replication in the same.